We are back with another episode of the Black Girl Den podcast. I'm your girl, Alieshia.
I'm your girl, Surea.
And we are excited because we have a lot of things happening in this episode. But before, you already know, we have to do our Den diaries. And we have to say what we have on. So I have this Whitney Houston shirt. Shout out to the queen of whatever. She's the queen of soul, R&B, all of it. I don't know.
R&B pop, something.
Yes, some of it. She made music for everybody. And fun fact, I watched her Whitney Houston movie. I watched it on my way to Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on. And I played the whole thing. I thought, oh, this is so cool. Like to just learn a little bit more about Whitney and stuff like that. Because, of course, growing up, like you hear about her. But
yeah, definitely.
I didn't really know too much about her. Like, I didn't grow up on her music. But I watched her movie over there. I was like, oh, this is so cool. There was some controversy with the music.
It was.
With the movie.
Yeah.
But I watched it. I had all the time in the world. So, yeah. So, I have that. And then I have some black sweatpants on. And they're from Forever 21. So, that's my outfit. Some socks from Walmart. I'm a Walmart Forever 21
girl. So, with my outfit, it's just like a cute little matching track outfit. I don't even remember where I got this from. I want to say possibly Ross, like a couple years ago, but I don't even know. And I got like some little slippers on from Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
They're really cute and comfy.
I love those.
So, yeah, that's my outfit for today.
Do you feel like you wear like a lot of the same clothes over, or do you feel like you shop a lot where you have a lot of new clothes?
So, I'm one of those people, I feel like when I go on vacation, I get new clothes. And then I used to have this habit where I was really heavily on Instagram. I would always get new clothes and not wear the same thing. But I really don't do that anymore. I'm more sustainable, I think, when it comes to clothes. And I'm like, y'all, clothes cost too much, even on Shein.
Okay, because they be like, don't wear the same outfit, baby. I got about 3-4 the same. Yeah. I changed the outfit up, but I be having the same shoes on, the same clothes. Because, baby, I'm frugal. Like, if I spend money on clothes and I can't go out. I used to be like that where I have to buy outfits, but then people are like, oh, well, they don't know what you're wearing. But it's like, I know that I have things at home, so.
Well, the best thing I think is keeping like a capsule wardrobe, having like some solid pieces that you can mix out with something. What do you guys do? Are you all more of like a shopper where you want to buy new clothes, or are you more into sustainable fashion where you switch things out?
Because, we in fast fashion, you get stuff fast fashion.
Exactly.
And I really don't really like fast fashion too much or whatever, so I just be chilling. Like, I don't got to wear everything to be posted on Instagram. I barely even post on Instagram. But if you want to follow me, follow the Alieshia's Lifestyle and the Black Girls Den podcast. We out there, We are going to be doing a social media challenge, so we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
But we have some exciting news, and we want to share with y'all our first new baby, or our second baby, because the Black Girl Den podcast is our first. But we have wine glasses. I'm so scared. That's a Black Girls Den podcast. I am drinking some Minute Maid blue raspberry. So we're going to take a sip of our wine glass. So good. But we wanted to show y'all these. We're so excited because you all can purchase these if you want. We are partnering with my girl Jasmine from A Wine Glass Half Full. She's a travel blogger. She's a boss. She's an entrepreneur. She designed these for us, and we have a 15% off discount with our affiliate link that will be in the description below. Once you click that, you'll have a category that says Black Girls Den, and you have these, as well as we also have mugs that are personalized with our names on them. So I don't remember how much these cost, but I think the wine glasses cost $23. So yeah, if you like mugs, this could be a cute gift idea, it could be birthday gift, it could be a good stuffer or whatever, even though that's Christmas time. People that like to drink some wine or just like to drink maybe some coffee or something like that, but make sure that you read the information, because we do have things on here so you can't really put them in the dishwasher.
Right.
Because we don't want that stuff to mess up. But we do want y'all to purchase them and tag us when you all get them so that we can repost and we can share and we can see you all drinking y'all Black Girls Den wine glass or your customized glass, and we would love to just share it with everybody on social media, share it with your friends and your family. This could be a good gift. And when y'all support this, y'all support us. So we very much appreciate it. You'll get 15% off your first order for your Black Girls Den wine glass or this. But you can get both of them as a pair as well too. Customized does cost a little bit more, but it's offered. Everything's on the website. If you have any questions, you can ask us or you can email wineglasshalffull. So this is our good news that we wanted to share with y'all in our Den Diaries. We want y'all, to keep up with us and everything. And also, in the description, we do have a newsletter as well that's called the Den Diaries, and so that's kind of how we have it. So if y'all want to be a part of the email list and get our newsletters when we have new announcements, because people have already heard about this before this has been out, So if you want the exclusivity of it, make sure you join our email list. And we want to do some wind down Wednesday, so like let us know we want to go live or something like that. So let us know if y'all be down for that. When y'all get y'all glasses, we can chat it up and we can have topics to talk about. So I am going to drink my blue raspberry lemonade, and I'm going to pass it on to Sheree to talk about when she first started drinking wine or how her week has been. Whichever one you want to answer, we can go.
Okay. Well, I would say that I really didn't start drinking until I was 18. Definitely the party age, college for sure. But I had friends that started drinking. They were like 13 and 14 years old.
Oh, really?
I remember specifically, that I was in my friend's grandparents' basement. And it was on the weekend and stuff. And their grandparents had like an old bar. They had like all this expensive liquor, like Maker's Mark. They had Jack Daniels, like top-notch stuff. And they were like, oh, do y'all want to drink? And I was just like, I've never drank before, but I felt so uncomfortable. So I was like, nah, I don't know why I was scared. Like, because I just seen people over the years drinking, like my family member stuff, and I didn't like how they reacted to it sometimes. I was like, I think I'm a little bit too young. So I just watched them, and they were like so drunk. Like one of my friends, she threw up like all in the basement and stuff. It was hilarious. Yes. So that was probably like my little first experience with alcohol. But when it comes to wine, I didn't really start drinking that until I was 21. I don't know why. It was like the somewhat mature age. Actually, no, I lie. It was like 23. I remember I started drinking with one of my friends that I met in college, and we were not really that, I guess, well endoused in money at that time. So we were drinking cheaper stuff like Barefoot. But yeah, we thought we were grown. And yeah, that's when I started drinking wine. And I really don't even like this stuff anymore. Like Barefoot is too sweet. I like something like Chardonnay or Riesling.
Oh, your money got up.
Yeah. A little bit. I still don't be spending more than like $20, $30 on bottles. But back then I was like, yeah, let me just get something cheap and sweet.
Well, I am not a drinker at all. So I don't drink wine. I don't drink beer or nothing. But when I was younger, my dad did used to drink like beer or whatever. And so he would like let us take a sip of it. I'd be like, oh, that's nasty. He'd be like, good. So he didn't really want us to drink in general. But I did have some people who drank in my family, so you can already know, like, it was around and everything like that. And that's like, one of my uncles is like drinking all the time. He'd be drunk. So it's like,
girl, I got an uncle like that too. And that's why I didn't want to start drinking.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, how you act or whatever. Not. And so now when I got older, I learned like alcohol is a depressant and stuff like that.
Right.
So I never really drunk. With beer, and I wasn't around it. Like my dad, like even at gatherings, he was like, people are crazy, people start fighting. So he never let alcohol be around. So it wasn't something that was like really introduced to me. But when I got to college, of course, people would just be drinking alcohol. People just do whatever they want to. So I think I drank alcohol my first time in college as well. I think it was like one before the party. They'd like, take a shot. Say, baby, when I took that shot, oh my God, I was like, yeah, it was so.
Do you remember what kind of shot it was?
No, I don't know if it was like people when I was in school. Oh, but Four Locos was really popular.
Oh yeah, they were. I had several of them.
Yeah, those were disgusting. Like Jose Cuervo, stuff like that, or whatever. So whatever those shots was, kind of like that. But it was so nasty, and they're like, it's not supposed to be good because everybody be having chasers. I'm like, oh, what? And so I'm like, why do y'all drink this? They're like, it's not supposed to be good. I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I don't understand. If it's not
the whole
good,
thing back then was turn up.
Like, I was like, I don't want to drink this if it's not good. Like, I do not want to drink it. So, I mean, I tried it. I would go different places, but I'm like a mocktail type of girl. Like, I like fruity stuff because even when I drink now, like alcohol, I'm like, I can't do it. Mimosas, like, I could just taste the alcohol, and alcohol is really just not like something that's good to me. But I get, granted, it's not really supposed to be good, but that's why I can't drink it because it's not good.
It's not for everybody.
So,
it's not good for you anyway.
Yeah, so I don't really drink wine.
Mhm.
I've tried wine, like different types of wine. I don't know if I need more sweet or like some is like bitter. I feel like
you don't like Moscato?
I feel like I've tried Moscato, but isn't it like more bitter?
It's like a sweet wine.
Oh, see, I don't know. I don't
Chardonnay is more like bitter.
Chardonnay, okay. I don't know. I've had Moscato, but I can't remember now because I've had it in so long.
Right.
But long story short is that my wine down Wednesdays will be with some mocktails.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Mine's gonna be with a real cocktail.
Yeah, okay, on the mocktails. So let me know if y'all mocktails, cocktails. Let us know your story of when y'all would start drinking wine, or if y'all don't drink wine or alcohol. Because baby, it was not for your girl. So yes. How was your week? How is life? How is life going on?
Well, life is very hectic right now. I'm working a lot at my job, so working 12 to 14-hour shifts a day. I mean, the money's good. I can't complain about that, but it's just exhausting. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's only for a short period. It's here for a short time, not a long time. So
yeah, that's good too. It's like money is good, but it's like then you're so exhausted that you can't even do it. Not in your sense because it's only a short amount of time.
Right.
But when people like money is tired, I'm like, child.
Yeah, I don't know how people can do it. I've known people to work 12-hour shifts 7 days a week permanently. Like that's their schedule. And I don't know. Like kudos to you guys out there that do that.
Yeah, I see the thing. It was like, would you work 50 hours a week knowing that you're gonna get like 7 figures, or would you take 100 or 200K and you don't have to work anytime or whatever? And so they really was calling people lazy because people was like, I'll just take a 200K, I'll take 200K, whatever. They like they don't want 700K. And it's like, is it lazy or are people just like, let me take 200K and I'll go in the country and I'll just live, Yeah. Like everybody don't have to work 60 hours to make 7 figures. Like maybe you ain't gonna see the 7 figures. The hospital gonna see it or something like. So that's something too. It's just like. Sometimes people get caught up into money and stuff like that, and then you don't even get to enjoy. Like I want to be able to enjoy my money. I don't want to have to be so exhausted that I can't enjoy. You can't even enjoy it. So that's kind of horrible. Yeah. So yeah, my week I went out of town for a work trip. I presented our work in higher education, but it was like a tech conference. So we presented like an app. I applied for something. I was just every single day. I just was having something after evening. But yeah, it was a pretty like busy week. We're just like outside of work and then just like personal projects. So
I understand.
I'm looking forward to maybe days when I don't have so many evenings with personal projects, but that's neither here or there because my next week is every single day too. That is kind of what's been happening in my world as well. So let us know how your week is going. Let us know if you'll have any exciting things happening this week or last week, whatever one you want to share with us. So we have some sadness, but we also have some good news. If you have been following with us this whole season, since we started, we have been recapping and talking about relating our episodes to the Proud family, and we've been using those like topics for conversations and stuff like that. Sadly, we are going to be done with the Proud family, but we are going to move to another show. But we're going to let y'all guess the show at the end of the episode. Yes. But since the Proud family, we were all talking about like being young, our dreams, dating, and just different topics like that. We thought, hey, maybe we should talk about like what we would tell our younger selves, what we wish we'd known, what we learned, and what we would tell ourselves. So that's kind of like what this episode is about, a letter to our younger selves. And we always, want that community and to talk and engage with it. So y'all can let us know in the comments, maybe something you wish you would have known when you was younger, something that you wish you would have learned, and something that you would say to your younger self. So as we're talking, you will talk amongst yourself, your friends, sharing it with everybody as well. And yeah, so you can go first if you want. What do you wish you would have known when you were younger?
So I would say definitely to not compare yourself to others because I think that is so imperative. I think in today, our society is just built around this conglomerate of comparing yourself to other people. Like I think we're in an era where, it's pretty structured to the point where it's like you go to school, you get a job, your parents expect you to be in like these super fulfilling careers. And sometimes like they don't even want you to go after your own entrepreneurial, aspects and things like that. So to me personally, I feel like if I could go back and tell my younger self, it's like, it's not that I am happy that I did get my education the way that I did, but I also think if I could go back in time, with me wanting to be an influencer and stuff like that, I feel like I wish I could have had like a little bit more support from my family during that time. Like, hey, go after your dreams. Like, if school isn't necessarily for you, that's okay, because it's not for everybody. So I think definitely for sure I would tell myself that, like, whatever job or whatever aspirations you had in mind, I would go ahead and pursue that for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually mine is kind of the same as yours too. I think that like I would tell my younger self to I guess like be expressive earlier
Mm-hmm.
and like share what I wanted to be, share what I want to go. Because I talked to my dad about this other day, like
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago or something like that. It was like, oh, you invested in this part, you invested in that part, but it's like y'all had me in sports, y'all had me in this. And like, did I
Right.
really want to do that? No,
Right.
I didn't. Now my brother, he's trying to be an actor, he's trying to do different things like that, but we're very
Mm-hmm.
creative, and so I
Right.
feel like I should have tapped into my creativity like
Mm-hmm.
a lot younger. And I did, you play school, you do these things, like I was reading, and so I felt like I could have taught myself like you can be a writer, you can do this when you're young,
Right.
and kind of just like shared that because I didn't have to go to college for what I went to college for. Like I probably had to go to college to do whatever, but
Right.
knowing that like well, our parents are like, oh, go to school. Because, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't, I don't know if your parents went to school, but it's like my parents
Yeah.
didn't really go to college or whatever. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, that's all you kind of know. So it's kind of like open. So now, like, when I have kids, I'm like, well, you could be an entrepreneur. You could take over. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have different options. So it's kind of like, if there was no education, what else would you do? And so they were
Right.
feeding to us, like, get your degree, get your degree. But it's like, we're 18 choosing like, degree that we don't even know what's going to look like in 10
Right.
years. I wish I would have known, like, how to navigate career and like because that wasn't really taught or whatever, just like go to
Right.
college, get there. But like if it was when I was younger, I could really like tap into it because I did do creative stuff. Like I played the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I did write a little bit. I read. So it's like if I could have just honed in a little bit on that more creativity side,
Right.
then it could have been like, oh dang, I could have been probably further than where I am now with like what I'm
You were
trying
trying to
to
do.
do.
Right. Yeah, and I understand that too. The same thing with my parents. Like, they straight up said, you go to college, join the military, or either go straight into the workforce. Like, there really wasn't no, oh, hey, start your own business. We're supporting you if you want to do that. Which is crazy because my mom, like I explained in other episodes, she is an entrepreneur. Like, she never worked for other people at all.
Oh yeah, well my parents was like, my dad was like, go to the military. I said, I am not going to the military. Waking up at 5 a.m. doing no, what's that y'all be doing in the morning when you run PT?
PT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PT, and I actually like I'm not like so free whatever. Like I
Right.
like color hair. Like I like my hair long.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe having to put that
It's
hair in
very
that hat.
limited and restrictive.
Yeah, but now they need people in the military, so now they letting you wear
Right.
your
Now they're
hair down
having
in
do
braids.
more.
You got to kind of
Yes.
just change with the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the military for like, being able to see the world and going into it. So I didn't take
Right.
a path of getting a job that I was so restricted at because my
Mm-hmm.
job I can't travel stuff like that. But maybe I was like, I could marry me a military man, but maybe I can't be in the military, waking up and
Right.
doing the PT.
And even being a military wife is hard.
Being a military wife is hard too, but you ain't really gotta pay no bills.
Right.
So
Got that BH.
okay, period. So that it was like the military, and I wasn't going there, so it was like
Mm-hmm.
education. But that was really like the only options as well too. So what was one thing that you learned while you were young?
One of those is to definitely, I guess, use like your discernment and be very mindful of your actions for sure. Like, always, if you have your intuition, your inner being telling you like, hey, don't do this. 9 times out of 10, it's probably true. So I would say, to me, I'm the type of person, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I like to give certain situations the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes it's not always good. So I think that's one of the things I would definitely tell my younger self, like, girl, don't be too nice all the time. Like, I've always tried to be kind to people and stuff like that, but sometimes you can be a little bit too nice and it turns into being like a people pleaser in a sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I was gonna be like, one thing I learned is I do not people please.
Yeah.
I'm not a people pleaser. I would say
I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
yeah, one thing that I learned when I was younger is that everybody is not afforded the same opportunities that you are. So like people who live around you, like and I really don't personally like this word,
Mm-hmm.
but like privilege, like everybody doesn't have the same resource and like
versus-
privileges kind of as you or whatever.
Right.
And you can see that twofold. And so I think I learned like from a young age or like a younger self that
Mhm.
like people are raised differently, and then there's different opportunities for people, and so it made me look at things differently because I'm like, oh, everybody doesn't have this opportunity, or like everybody's not raised the same. Everybody doesn't come from a 2-parent household. I think I just learned about like socioeconomic statuses and stuff like that.
Right.
I feel like I learned about that kind of at an early age, and like knowing that like money don't grow on trees, and that money is like a resource, and you do need money to live.
Right.
But like everybody doesn't have the same jobs and aren't afforded the same things,
Right.
and so that does affect your life. And so that's why I would say back then I probably was like, well, shoot, let me go to school, let me get me a job, because all the time they say like starving. Somehow I heard about like starving artists or something like that. Like, baby, I don't need to be no starving artist in LA or whatever, anywhere, not just LA, but like I don't need to be no starving artist looking like Marvin, trying to figure out how to get money to pay my rent, pay food or whatever. So I think I just kind of learned that like, oh, okay, well, like you need money to survive, and like everybody doesn't have the same money to like live, and so like your lifestyle could be different from somebody else's because of just how you were born and what you were born in. So I think that is what I learned.
And that's so true, because I see certain artists, I'm not going to name any names for sure, but they come from more of a, I guess, resourceful background. So it was easier for them to tap into like the music industry versus somebody that really got out of the mud, that you hear stories about, them living in their cars, homeless, not knowing when their next meal was. And people, they respect that more, but also respect the person that did have resources as well. They can't help what they were brought into,
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
as long as you're humble, like,
why do they want people to have to do that? That's why the dream is so far fetched. Like, I don't want to be homeless sleeping in my car. I truly don't. Like, and I don't really see like, oh, why does that have to get more like clout, like more clout than a person who is handed it? Because you can be handed all the opportunities. You still have to have the work ethic, the dedication to do it. So therefore,
and craft your skill.
Therefore, yeah, it's like I don't want to respect another person and the other person, but also you have to respect that person too, because they can really be sitting down doing nothing, and like they still getting money. So they want to do it, like they have the love for it because they want to do it. Now this other person, now they just trying. They can stop. They could do something else. You know what I'm saying? But like this person's like, oh, like they're dedicated to the craft, of like they're dedicated because like they don't have to do it. Clearly, if they already have the resources and money, they can start a business and do something else. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is what I learned. What would we tell our younger selves? What would you tell your younger self?
I would for sure tell my younger self, know your worth, baby. That's one of the biggest quotes I would tell myself for sure, is knowing your worth. And as I said before, not comparing yourself to other people, and knowing your value overall. Because at the end of the day, if nobody else knows what you bring to the table, can honor you, you have to honor yourself for sure. And you have to have that self-love, that self-respect, those boundaries, having that dignity for yourself. Not saying I don't have dignity, but just in general, like, just telling myself to have more of that, because, I was bullied a little bit in like middle school and stuff like that. So that kind of decreased my confidence a little bit growing up. So I think looking back now at that, that kind of played into my adulthood in a sense, like having like a little bit of insecurity stuff, which a lot of women do have insecurities about certain things. But I think that's one of the biggest things, is just, looking at yourself, really truly loving yourself for sure.
I think I would tell my younger self to go after whatever she dreamed of, and like don't be fearless, don't be fearful, be fearless. At a young age, and like the world could be your oyster, basically.
Right.
So I would just say like go after your dreams, achieve what you want to achieve, and kind of just like create your life plan and go after what you want to do.
Right.
Is what I would tell my younger self. I do believe.
And that's good.
Because at the end of the day, you only have one life to live. And like somebody said, nobody's going to make it out alive. Dark humor. But yeah, like you can keep trying. You don't have like one shot, but sometimes you only have one shot to try. But also it's just like, yeah, because some people they take gap years, so it's like,
Right.
dang, I could have took a gap year after high school, but who even knows really about gap years, right? No, we don't really know about gap years, but now they have adult gap years and stuff like that. So now it's just like, dang, could I have took that gap year and just traveled the world? You don't even know where I would have been at. That's when social media started popping off. So it's kind of like, just go after it. If you have an idea, like just do it. Oh, I was gonna say, even earlier in high school when you were talking about entrepreneurship and stuff like that, I did try entrepreneurship. If y'all listened to a couple episodes before, so I was even thinking about that, like, oh, do I want to be an entrepreneur? Do I want to start in hair care line? Do I want to kind of do
tell me
that too?
about that.
But then I ended up not going to hair school. But I was like, dang, I could have went to hair school, because I just know after a year, like, you make money.
Right.
So it's like you go to hair school for a year, and so it's kind of like something good. But then I was like, do I want to stand up on my feet all day?
Right.
And then I heard something about, I don't know what I be hearing, but like, baby, you have to work. Well, I don't know. Hairstylists, they have to work forever. Like, unless you put up money for your 401k and stuff like that, retirement. Like, that's really big when we listen about it. So it's like, okay, how long do you want to stand on your feet? Do you want to stand on your feet all day long and stuff like that? So I did it, but then I changed my mind. I was like, okay, I might not want to be a hairstylist, but I thought about hairstyling just because I seen the community and the value and stuff. And nowadays, what the people are charging, I should have maybe been a hairstylist. Right. Because they charging $500 a head
too. I feel like you can do hair for so long, and then after that, baby, you need to have a salon and
have
be working for you.
Yeah,
that's so tiring with your hands and stuff all the time, standing on your feet and back.
Yeah, but sometimes now some of the hair salons, like, they be having chairs now where they sit down too.
Oh yeah.
So it just depends. So I think even going into that, it's like to try it, to tap into it, to just tap into something. If you love it, try it no matter what it is, the instrument of that. And I think I tried to play the saxophone and stuff like that. So if you love it, try it in like
you did that in like your adulthood or high school?
High school.
Oh, okay.
High school, I tried to play the saxophone just because I was like, oh, it sounds like a good, little thing or whatever. Because you have the recorder when you're younger playing. But I was like artistic, so I like to play the piano, and then that's how I got into like songing. And so then it's like, okay, well, I could have got into songwriting or whatever, but I didn't really know. I don't even know how you even do anything with songwriting, And so that's it. And I would also tell my younger self to get a mentor or find a mentor, even within social media. Like, I was in a couple of things, so it's like, oh, okay, I do know these people, but like trying to figure out maybe like researching people more and try to research like what I wanted to do. I would probably research it a little bit more and really understood, so then I could understand the major, understand the jobs, because I didn't really look up careers. I didn't really like do that. I kind of just was like, well, I want to be a lawyer. And after the lawyer thing, I don't even know what happened. I just became something. Right. So that I would do a little bit more research into stuff if I could go back, and that's what I would tell my younger self.
And yeah, speaking of that, with the adult gaps or the gaps of your adulthood, I actually took 7 years off of school. So I actually got my bachelor's in 2015. I was supposed to get it in 2014, but I transferred to a different school, so I messed my credits up. But yeah, anyway, I did not go back to school until 2021 to get my MBA. And that was like a huge time off. But, I think it was necessary. And I think at that time, I appreciated education more, because it was like, even though my job that I have now was helping to pay for the education, it was like back, I don't have any distractions like partying, like dating, stuff like that when I was younger. It's like, okay, you're in your adulthood now. Like, you have a full-time job. You're a grown woman. So, how are you going to do in school and stuff like that? And I did great. Like, I mostly got all A's. I think a couple of B's. Never had anything lower than a B plus. So yeah, I think I appreciated education more. And I think that adult gap was necessary in a sense also too, because financially school is a lot of money. So
it is. So you took a break after you graduated. That's what you're saying. And then because you went straight to the military.
Well, yeah, after I graduated, the next year military started.
Was that influenced by your parents?
It was influenced by my dad, definitely. And I was in that whole bracket of trying to figure out, what did I want to do? Like we said, we didn't know if we wanted to just jump straight into a career. I was actually trying to find a job. Like, I looked for like a good whole year, and like I was not really finding anything that I liked and stuff back then. Of course, you're coming out of college, you're only 23 years old. They're not going to try to pay you any damn thing like that. So yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and join the military. At least if I don't really want to do it full time, which I didn't. I was in the National Guard. I was like, let me just get the experience and resources and stuff like that. And I was thinking that they were going to help pay for school because I was part-time. They did not. I only got my student loans in forbearance. So that means like basically you don't have to pay on them. You can pay on your whatever you're paying go straight to your principal, not your interest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I'm happy that I went back to school because I always dreamt of getting my MBA. I was the first person in my immediate family to do that because my parents do have an educational background, but they only have associate's degrees.
Mm-hmm.
My mom got hers when she was younger. Like she did the whole traditional thing, 18, went to school and got her degree. But my dad didn't get his degree until he was like 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, because he did all that military stuff and then worked in the correctional system and then he went back to school. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And now you have your MBA?
Well, actually, MS. So, it's just.
Oh.
That's what we're used to calling a master's MBA, but I have an MS in cybercrime investigation.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Master of Science.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying too. Because I was like, I don't know, and that's another thing too. It's like preparing for that workforce. Like that's a huge gap. Like going from college to 9 to 5 is crazy, but it's like with my degree, my bachelor's degree, I didn't know what I could do with that. So it's like I'm just going straight to my master's. Had I probably waited and got a regular job, it probably would have still been pennies. But it's just like, yeah, it can give you that time to try to figure out what you want to do because that is true. Because then it's like masters, and then it's like, okay, you go to work or whatever. But it's like, it's kind of like, what are the in between jobs that you can do? And it's like, I don't really know even what I can do. Like, I have experience and stuff, but baby, I need to get some money. So, you know, like that's kind of the harder thing too. So I would tell my younger self to girl, go get that money. Get that degree, go get that business degree, like go get that degree, that finance degree, that tech degree, like go get you a degree that's going to get you some money.
And I would say, and speaking of that, like I would say, you know, as far as like the traditional was heavy now is certifications.
Yes.
So
go get you
way less time and get you more money.
Yeah, go get you that tech certificate. Go look into that cybersecurity. Like go get you all that. Go get that certificate. And that's also what's crazy. And that's not even literally like it baffles me because now it just ever changes. Now we have degrees. Now like, oh, do you have a certificate? It's like you get this close and then they move it 5 inches more, 5 feet more, not even 5 inches.
Right.
So that's frustrating, but that's what I would tell my younger self. Let us know what you would tell your younger selves. And yeah, as we wrap this episode, we have a couple more things to go. And then, yeah, we're just going to let y'all go on about your day. But our next segment is a hot seat segment. And that's basically when we just pick a card and then we have to answer the questions on the card. We have to answer. We have to guess it about each other. It's going to have a prompt on it. This is not sponsored by Hot Seat, but Hot Seat, reach out to us.
Right. Okay.
This is a good one?
I think so.
Okay.
If I purchased my own island, what would I name it?
If you purchased your own island, what would you name it? That's a good one. That's kind of hard. I don't know.
I don't know what I would name it.
I don't know. Let me see. If you purchased your own island, what would you name it? Maybe like I feel like you would probably name it like a song or like something after like one of your favorite artists or something like that. Possibly.
Close. I would probably say that I would name it after my grandmother. Like her middle name was Pearl. So something in that bracket.
The little Pearl Island.
Yeah, that or either like a women empowerment type of thing. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So if I purchased an island, what would I call it?
That's a good question. Alicia's extravagance. I'm just playing.
You're close.
I would say it's something to do with traveling and like peace and something of that nature, but I'm not really sure exactly what you would name it.
And neither I, but since you said that, I would probably name it Alicia's Adventures. Adventures on the island. Yeah, that was my travel name. Adventures with Alieshia or something like that. Yeah. And you come to my island, period. And we have adventures and have fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. What could I do to completely mess up my life in the next hour?
Oh, Lord. What could you do in your life? What could you do
to completely mess up my life in the next hour?
Post something stupid on social media. Controversial.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about like go to jail.
Go to jail. Yeah, that would be quick in an hour. I mean, I guess you could snap. Well, as in like,
Oh, well, as in like maybe if I'm like stealing something, like if I stole something, then I get.
There's a lot of things you can do to go mess up your life now. You can go out here and wreck and kill somebody.
Oh,
God forbid, but
you might go to jail.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might go to jail. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Could you do to completely mess up your life in the next hour? I don't know, but since we're in the times next hour or so or whatever, but like if if you missed going to work.
Oh my god!
It's a strict time that can mess up your life because then you're gonna be back behind and stuff like that. So that's what
I'm gonna get written up.
Yeah. That's what I would say. That can mess up.
My boss is definitely on that right now.
Yeah.
Still love you though.
I'm cracking up, but yes, that is our hot seat segment, and we will do our affirmations.
If you are always trying to be normal, you'll never know how amazing you can be. Maya Angelou.
Period. That goes to your younger self.
Yes, definitely. So that was like a great card.
Okay, yes, to your younger self. I am smart, I am strong, and I can do anything. I love that. It's so cute. You got this, girl. You got it, dude. From Michelle. Okay, those are really cute. We hope you enjoy this episode. Like I said, we will be doing another show. So comment. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Black Girls in Podcast, TikTok, Black Girls in Podcast, Facebook as well, and join our email list. And also get you a Black Girl Den wine glass or mug. Yes. As you see, I have been sipping on mine throughout the show. So, yes. Support us and then tag us when you get it. Bye. Have a great rest of your day.